Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm all about creating beautiful spaces that are safe and welcoming for everyone, including our furry companions. Now, I know how much we all love having plants in our homes. They brighten up a room, improve the air, and honestly just make everything feel more alive. But here's the thing, a lot of the most popular houseplants out there are actually toxic to pets. Cats and dogs are naturally curious, and it only takes one bite of the wrong leaf to land them at the vet. So in today's video, we're going over 10 common indoor plants that might be living in your home right now, and that could be harmful or even dangerous to your pets. I'll break down what makes each plant toxic, how it affects animals, and what signs you should look out for. Let's get into it. Peace Lily, Spathiphyllum. The peace lily is a classic houseplant, sleek, elegant, and famous for being easy to care for. But when it comes to pets, it's anything but peaceful. Peace lilies contain calcium oxalate crystals, which are microscopic, needle-like structures that can cause intense irritation when chewed or swallowed. If your cat or dog nibbles on this plant, you might see symptoms like drooling, vomiting, pawing at the mouth, or trouble swallowing. In some cases, the swelling these crystals cause can even interfere with breathing. It's a plant that looks pure and harmless but can cause a whole lot of pain. Snake plant, Sansevieria trifasciata. Next up is the snake plant, sometimes called mother-in-law's tongue. This plant is nearly indestructible and thrives on neglect, which makes it a favorite for people new to houseplants. However, it contains compounds called saponins, which can cause gastrointestinal upset in both cats and dogs. If your pet takes a bite, you might notice vomiting, diarrhea, or general lethargy. While it's rarely fatal, it's certainly uncomfortable and definitely not something you want your pets to go through. Aloe vera. Aloe vera is one of those plants that seems like it should be totally harmless. After all, people use the gel to treat sunburns and skin irritation. But while the inner gel is soothing for us, the outer parts of the plant, the skin and the yellowish latex, contain compounds that are toxic to pets. These include aloin and anthraquinones, which can lead to vomiting, diarrhea, and tremors in cats and dogs. Your pet might also seem weak or listless. So even though aloe might be a miracle plant for humans, it's best kept well out of reach of your pets. Dieffenbachia, dumb cane. Dieffenbachia, often known as dumb cane, is another popular houseplant thanks to its striking, variegated leaves. But this plant packs a serious punch when it comes to toxicity. Like peace lily, it contains calcium oxalate crystals, but it also produces proteolytic enzymes that intensify the reaction. If your pet chews on this plant, expect immediate burning and swelling in the mouth and throat, excessive drooling, and possible difficulty breathing. The nickname, dumb cane, comes from the way it can temporarily make it hard to speak in humans. Now imagine that level of swelling and discomfort in your pet. Pothose, Epipremnumorium. Pothose, or devil's ivy, is a go-to plant for beginners because it can survive in low light and doesn't need much attention. Unfortunately, it's also toxic to pets. Like several others on this list, pothose contains insoluble calcium oxalates that cause severe mouth and throat irritation. Pets that chew on this plant may show signs like drooling, vomiting, or even refusal to eat due to pain when swallowing. It's especially tempting to cats, who are often attracted to long, dangling vines, so it can be risky even when placed in higher areas. Philodendron. Philodendrons are tropical beauties that come in many forms, from heartleaf varieties to big, bold monstera relatives. But most of them also carry the same risk, those infamous calcium oxalate crystals. The symptoms in pets are very similar to those caused by pothose or peace lilies: irritation in the mouth, drooling, vomiting, and sometimes swelling that makes it hard to breathe. Cats seem particularly drawn to these plants, so if you have one and a feline friend, be especially cautious. ZZ plant, Zamioculcas zamifolia. The ZZ plant has skyrocketed in popularity in recent years thanks to its stylish look and near-indestructible nature. It tolerates low light, forgetful watering, and even a bit of neglect. But it's toxic to both cats and dogs. Every part of the plant, from roots to leaves, contains calcium oxalates. If chewed or ingested, it can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and general gastrointestinal distress. Even touching the plant can cause minor skin irritation for humans, so always wash your hands after handling it, especially if you're going to be petting your dog or cat afterward. Sago Palm, Cycas revoluta. Now, this one is a big red flag. The sago palm is one of the most toxic houseplants for pets. It might look like a cute little palm tree, but every part of the plant is poisonous, especially the seeds, which contain a toxin called sikicin. This toxin can cause severe liver failure in pets, and even a small amount can be fatal. Symptoms usually appear quickly and include vomiting, often with blood, diarrhea, lethargy, jaundice, and seizures. If your pet eats any part of this plant, get them to a vet immediately. It's a true emergency. Jade plant, Crassula ovata. The jade plant, often kept for its symbolism of prosperity and good luck, is actually quite toxic to cats and dogs. The specific toxins are not well understood, but ingestion can lead to vomiting, loss of coordination, a slow heart rate, and signs of depression. It's a slow-growing succulent, which might seem harmless, but pets that are prone to chewing on leaves might still go after it, especially if it's within reach. English ivy, Heterohelix. Rounding out our list is English ivy. This plant is often grown in hanging baskets or as a decorative vine. While it's pretty to look at, it contains triterpenoid saponins, which are highly irritating to your pet's digestive system. If ingested, your cat or dog could experience symptoms like abdominal pain, vomiting, hypersalivation, and diarrhea. The leaves are more toxic than the berries, but both should be considered dangerous. So there you have it, 10 common indoor plants that may be doing more harm than good if you have curious pets at home. If you already own any of these plants, don't worry, you don't have to throw them out right away. Just make sure they're placed in areas your pet can't access. But if your dog or cat is the type to chew on anything green, it might be safer to rehome those plants or swap them out for non-toxic alternatives. There are plenty of pet-safe options out there, like spider plants, calatheas, Boston ferns, and Erica palms. I'll be making a video on those next, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see that. And remember, if your pet ever does ingest a toxic plant, call your vet or an emergency poison hotline immediately. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Thanks so much for watching. If this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments if you've had any experiences with toxic plants and your pets. I'd love to hear your stories and suggestions. Until next time, stay safe, stay green, and give your pets a little extra love today.